Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the best LEGO Lord of the Rings MOCs. This is the final part in my series, so in a few weeks I will do my final top 10 LEGO Lord of the Rings MOCs ever, so stay tuned for that. But jumping straight into it, we're going to start off with the humongous 8 feet tall Tower of Orthank, which was made by Brandon McMahon, and this was showcased at Brickworld Chicago 2015. Starting off at the base, it's actually really awesome how the creator decided to add in all the green grass and landscape, which we actually get to see in Fellowship of the Ring where Gandalf goes to Saruman for advice. And all that green landscape really does make for a great bit of contrast against the backdrop of the Dark Tower. But obviously we're not here to talk about the forest outside, we're here to admire the beast that is the Tower of Orthank, and my word, it is so impressive what has been done here. The exterior is just amazing. It doesn't come across as bland in any way, and the fact that this MOC stands 8 foot 9 inches tall makes it the tallest Tower of Orthank MOC to date, so that is a pretty cool statistic to have in your favour. Where things get really interesting though is the interior. There's all sorts of rooms, from the library to a dining room to the room which has the Palantir in. The way Brandon designed the pattern of the floor tiles is just exceptional, and I love the fact that the Palantir is also lit up. In fact, most of the interior has been fitted with lighting, which is a really cool touch. Moving on, we have the Battle of Helms Deep, which was a MOC that was made by Brickmaster Core. Now I love Helms Deep MOCs as the storytelling potential is just through the roof, and it's always visually stunning to see these huge armies of Uruk-hai, Rohirrim and elves battling it out. And this MOC gives you all of that and more, though I will say it's not as accurate as some of the other Helms Deep MOCs I've ever seen, but this still gives you that large scale battle in all its glory. I love the way the fortress has been designed, and it really has been filled out with so many Rohan soldiers and elves defending their ground, and then you've got a ton of Uruk-hai minifigures and their siege ladders trying to overwhelm the defences, and then at the rear of the MOC you have all of Éomer's men coming to the rescue on horseback. So there really is so much going on in this MOC, I absolutely love it. Next up we have the Two Towers, which was made by Stuart Newman, and this was showcased at Brick Cascade 2025. Now obviously this isn't the most accurate MOC. Barad and Orthank were hundreds of miles apart in Middleearth, plus Barad is like 10 times the size of Orthank. But even still, what has been created here is truly impressive. Barad stands at 8 feet tall and the Tower of Orthank stands at nearly 5 feet tall. I love all the flowing lava that surrounds Barad, acting as a natural defence. And then you have lots of orcs and even a few trolls guarding the walls, and there's even a Nazgul riding a fell beast which is perched up on one of the walls, which is a really cool detail. And of course, what Barad MOC would be complete without the lidless Eye of Sauron, which is actually battery powered so that it lights up, which is a really great added touch. I think this MOC just had to appear on the list due to the sheer size of both these buildings. They look absolutely fantastic and no doubt was one of the best MOCs brought to Brick Cascade this year. Next up is a really different MOC from all the rest. This is Brian Firk's map of Middle-earth, which was displayed at Brick Slopes, Utah 2023. Now I wanted to include this MOC as it's just so unique from all the other LEGO Lord of the Rings MOCs I've ever seen. The MOC is laid out as a map with all the main locations from the Lord of the Rings trilogy being brick built and standing out on top of the map. There are a variety of locations such as the Shire, Rivendell, Moria, Weathertop, Minas Tirith and Helms Deep. And one little detail that I love is that the map has actually been made in a way where the locations are in order of appearance within the story. So you can follow the black lines and that will guide you through the journey that the Fellowship takes throughout the story, and I just think that's a really neat detail. And there is a ton of quality detail hidden throughout the map that you'll notice. So many cool techniques used to make some of the smaller elements and items like the Ents in Fanghorn Forest. Absolutely no stone was left unturned here. It truly is an excellent MOC. Then moving on, we have the Doors of Juliet, which was made by a fellow YouTuber, that being Earthbricks. He has a great channel, so please do check it out and show your support as he makes some fantastic Lord of the Rings MOCs, this being one of them. I would say it's a mid-sized diorama style build, but it packs in a lot of detail that looks really clean, mainly due to the fact that the walls of Moria, both on the inside and the outside, have been tiled off, and I really do like that choice. It just makes the MOC look so much cleaner. He also did a great job with the trees either side of the entrance, and then of course the trans blue pieces that have been used to recreate the magic carvings. They look absolutely amazing. Then on the other side of the doors there's not much, but there's just enough to display what has gone on inside Moria with that messy, dilapidated look and even a dead dwarf skeleton. For a rather small MOC, this one still looks amazing and certainly holds its own against some of the other larger MOCs I've ever seen. Moving on, we have a MOC that I think you guys are going to love, and you can even make it yourself for under $70, and that is Treebeard, which was designed by Vainstream. The insane thing about this MOC is that it is only made using pieces from the LEGO bonsai tree. You won't need any other pieces, just that LEGO set. Although you will need to source a Merry and Pippin minifigure to finish off this MOC perfectly. So if you want to give this MOC a go, then I will leave the details in the description down below. But yeah, this MOC looks so good, even the way the face has been done. This is good enough to be a legitimate LEGO set in my opinion. It looks absolutely fantastic. In fact, I may give this build a go myself just to see how good it actually looks in hand. And Treebeard is even fully posable, so you can have fun moving him around to display him as you like. So yeah, I definitely wanted to showcase this small MOC because it truly does show the beauty of building with LEGO and that there's limitless potential for what you can build. Moving on, we have Esdras, and this was created by Brick of the Rings, and he's made the instructions available if you're up for the challenge of building this beautiful. And he's made the instructions available if you're up to the challenge of giving this beautiful build a go. Though I think this one will be a lot harder and a lot more expensive than the previous Treebeard MOC. My first impressions of seeing this is that it would look amazing on display along with regular LEGO sets like Barad, the Shire and Rivendell. It's got a really premium feel to it. It really actually does feel like a genuine LEGO set. You can tell a lot of effort has gone into perfecting it so that it looks as good as it possibly can, while not letting the MOC get too huge in size and scale. But make no mistake, this is not a small MOC by any stretch of the imagination. The exterior is fantastic with the grey bricks used for the stairs, and then the golden hall itself looks absolutely glorious. A lot of the build has been tiled off and there's not a lot of studs on show here, which again adds to the clean look of the build. I love all the details of the thatched roof and some of the golden markings on the building. And then the interior has a lot packed into it with a stable for the horses on the lower level, and then the golden hall on the upper level with a throne room and dining room. Overall, this is just a really well-rounded MOC. And then finally we have the battle at Dol Gadur. Yes, I know it's from the Hobbits, but I still kind of count it as part of Lord of the Rings. But yeah, this MOC is great. There's a ton of minifigures here and a lot of great characters like Gandalf, Galadriel, Elrond, Arzog and a ton more. The ruins of Dol Gadur look really good with all the vines and chains adding to the really ominous vibe of the location. The MOC is almost like a beefed up version of the original Dol Gadur battle set that was released back in 2013 I do believe, which was a great set in its own right, but this MOC fully captures the crazy battle of the immortals from the movie with great detail. So anyway guys, that does it for this video, and for more LEGO MOCs, check out my other channel Imperial MOCs, which is fully dedicated to showcasing LEGO Star Wars and LEGO Lord of the Rings MOCs. If you've enjoyed this video, then hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.